Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and happy Monday to everybody. And yes, you read my thumbnail correctly. Big crash coming. Well, let's look at the S&P 500 today. Yes, we talk about crypto, but we got to talk about the traditional markets too, because just look at the monthly candle on the S&P 500. Now, as I clicked go live on this stream today, the market may be starting to rebound, but there is no question right now that people are wondering, are we going up or are we going down? What the heck is going on? Are we doing good against inflation here in the U.S.? Federal Chair Jerome Powell was talking about a soft landing. Is the soft landing still going to happen? And are they going to lower their interest rates earlier in 2024 or at all in 2024? Or is it going to have to wait till the end of 2024? And is this inflation thing going to go away? And did Federal Chair Jerome Powell make the right moves? These are all the things that people are stressing out about right now. But that's really one of the things that I think we need to kind of look at and then zoom out on, because when you're investing, the fact of the matter is this, guys: time in the market beats timing the market. Of course, if you buy the dip on a V-shaped recovery, that can be pretty good as well, but that is far and few between. You got to do your research, you got to do your due diligence, whether it's a crypto or a stock, and then you can make some mad gains from it. But today, Michael Saylor is dollar cost averaging in millions of dollars into Bitcoin. We got some stories for you about more fraud and scandals that are going on in crypto. And we'll talk about how Hong Kong and China are bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, but how they're not really going to mess with it. And we'll share one of these stories with you today. More updates about Sam Bankman-Fried as well, and some other stories that I want to get into that are breaking today. There is a lot going on in these markets every single day, which is why we're going to keep coming at you guys with content on the daily, 5 videos every single day, live streams every Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I got my cup of coffee. We got 12 viewers so far. Happy Monday, y'all. Thanks for joining us today. Now, let's get into this. Let's go right into these charts and just do this market open conversation. So for the crypto markets, I'll refresh our charts here and let's look where Bitcoin's currently sitting. $26,100 for Bitcoin today, down 4.26% over the last 7 days, which seems pretty tough if you're a crypto trader out there, but it's really not a big deal at all. The fear and greed index is in the fear right now. Bitcoin dominance is up, and Ethereum's still below 1,600. Ethereum is struggling versus Bitcoin right now, folks, but that is the story and the headline story of altcoins versus Bitcoin. When we're going to look at crypto.com today versus Bitcoin, but the real story is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Because if you want to know how altcoins are performing, just look to Ethereum. Ethereum is the number one altcoin. Ethereum is an altcoin. Some people think there's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, and then there's altcoins. That's something that we've talked about on this channel, and I like to say it that way. But the truth is that Ethereum is an altcoin, just like CRO, which is currently at rank number 35, and it is a competing chain to Ethereum. But that being said, Cronos is EVM compatible, which is pretty cool. So, you know, a lot's going on. Bear markets are for building, guys. I just put out a offer on our first investment property, me and my wife. So I'm very excited for that. Bear markets are for building, guys. And I know right now that returns and altcoins might be a little spotty here, might be a little sketchy for the next 3 to 6 months. So I'm just dollar cost averaging on Bitcoin. And now that I just recently got married, I'm looking to buy some property and get off zero. I've been a renter my whole life. At 30 years old, it's time to get off that and get onto a new horse and ride into the sunset here. We're going to get our first rental property and see how that goes. So that's pretty exciting. But looking at the markets right now, could be a good dip buying opportunity for the S&P 500 right now. Now, is a big market crash coming? Well, you could argue that maybe it's here right now. Look at the S&P 500, guys. You're looking at the monthly candles on the S&P 500, the top 500 stocks in the U.S., and you're seeing that this thing came down from $4,531 all the way down to $4,318, which is, I don't know, probably a 3 or 4% correction for the S&P 500 probably. But what I really want you guys to look at is, you remember how I've been talking about red Septembers and how bearish Septembers are? Well, if you haven't been watching the channel, consider subscribing, and let me show you what I've been showing my viewers for the last 3 to 4 months. Here is September, and this is our September right now. It's big in red. Let's look at some other Septembers. Boom. Wait, no. Boom. Here you go. Look at this September. That's an even bigger, redder candle. Could we have more downside ahead? Absolutely. Let's look at some other Septembers. Here's another one, and it's big and red. Notice every single month outside of the month of September is green. Let's go back to another September. This one is red. October was red too, which typically we see bullish Octobers, which is very interesting. But then we got green again in November and December. But September was very red. And you go back again and you keep looking. It's green. We had one in 2019 that was green, but that was a bull market year. You know, things were gearing up at that time for that market. So things were just starting to heat up. But regardless, okay, we had one green September. And then here was another green September in 2018 during the crypto bull. Well, I think that's right at the end of the crypto bull market, actually. So we've had a couple green ones, but we've also more so had bigger red ones that we've had bigger green ones. And really for the last 5 or so, they've all been red. And so here we are on another one for the S&P 500. Now for Bitcoin, it was much clearer that there has been a downward trend in Septembers. We've looked very much historically back at some of the previous Septembers for Bitcoin. And out of the last 10 Septembers, only 2 of them have been green. And we are currently in one of potentially a third green September that we're having in Bitcoin right now. But that being said, it's coming down right now. If it ends below 26,000, maybe in mid $25,000 range, it will be negative. Anything lower than that would be even more negative. But I've been talking about how I think this thing could come down to 19,500. I certainly think that's still possible. But if it happens, I would expect kind of a V-shaped recovery back off that because, well, many reasons. Many reasons. One, there's a very critical level on the overall market cap as well, which is going to bring us down to right about that same spot. I would expect a double bottom off that. And it's because, guys, there's something to be said here. Bitcoin Magazine's coming out and showing that Michael Saylor just added 5,445 more Bitcoin for $150 million. They just spent it. And that is crazy. But if you think that's crazy and you think Michael Saylor's holding a lot of Bitcoin and they're overly bullish for this bull market, well, then look at Coinbase because they actually hold more Bitcoin than MicroStrategies. In fact, they hold 5% of all Bitcoin in existence. And we just learned this last Friday or over the weekend. This was a crazy story to me, guys. It just shows you this thing ain't going anywhere. You have people pouring billions and billions of dollars into this asset class. $25 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's not really surprising because they are one of the first crypto exchanges that came out in a big way on the iPhone. One of the easiest ways to get your crypto early in the days. Now we have other on-ramps like crypto.com, like Binance, like whatever some of these other exchanges might be that you're using across the globe where you can directly connect your bank account. But there is a trend, guys, and if these dips are coming and there is a crash coming, well, people like Coinbase and people like MicroStrategies are buying the dip. And when in doubt, folks, one thing you see a lot is people say, follow the whales. Don't chase the whales, but follow what the whales are doing. And if you look at the long-term trend of what whales are doing, when things are going down, guys, they are accumulating. And now you might be wondering, okay, well, how much money can they make from these plays? How much money can I make from a cryptocurrency bull run? Well, here's a story that I want to share with you today from the Daily Hodl. Here's when Bitcoin may print the top of its post-halving bull run, according to a crypto strategist. Well, who is this crypto strategist? Pseudonymous, a Rect Capital, tells his 353 followers. So, a social media influencer. But it's an interesting analysis to look at, and we can assess it for our own here. So, over the last several years, it has taken Bitcoin 518 to 546 days to top out after its halving. If history repeats itself, Bitcoin could top out either in mid-September of 2025 or mid-October of 2025. So we can expect, according to this analyst, a fall of 2025 to be the peak of the next bull market. So next summer, maybe you're looking at taking, in 2025, that's 2 summers from now, 2.5 summers from now, we are going to look at taking profits according to this. Now, is this something that I believe in? Well, guys, I'll tell you what. I mean, you just look at these charts and you see kind of what we've been talking about. And I mean, it kind of works out like that. I mean, that is kind of a time frame and a time horizon that we've been looking at as well. You just kind of look at the time between peaks and you look at this and you go, let me just draw this in for you. So here's the overall market cap. Let's just look at the time between peaks and for ourselves and see if this makes sense. So here you go, peak to peak right there. So if I'm going to just drag this line now, and we'll just see this line. So here's peak to peak. So technically, guys, we'd be looking for a peak to be coming right around here. So boom. How perfect is that? You can see right at the bottom of this screen right here that at the end of this line from peak to peak, that would be right around August or September of 2025. And so what do you have in this other time frame from, right now? So we're in August of 23 till January, maybe we come back down and then maybe we start rallying back up, and then it could be extremely parabolic. Guys, when this market runs, it runs. This is 242 days. This is 356. It's like 1 year, and crypto has 1,000% gains. So really 2024, truly, you can see now that it is going to be the year of accumulation. Now, likely, is this prediction going to be accurate? No. Likely something's going to blindside you. These markets aren't as straightforward as exactly in 346 days. This is going to happen. That can't be. That will never be. That's not how these markets work, guys. This is not financial advice. This is not going to be an accurate analysis from this guy. And heck, our prediction ain't going to be spot on either. But we can give you a general idea and an understanding that at some point in the later half of 2025, people are expecting a bull market to come to an end. Now, does a Bitcoin spot ETF change that equation? Maybe it does. Maybe it prolongs it. Maybe it makes it explode even sooner, and then the Bitcoin bull market ends sooner. But we can really start to kind of prep. At least we know 2024, it's not too late. When you get into 2025, are you still buying? How much are you buying, and are you taking profit? You want to win when you're in these markets, and the only way to win is taking profit, guys. And so we have to plan ahead. We have a long-term strategy here at the Crypto Report. Me and Black Sea are looking to make money, looking to have you guys make money. We aren't financial advisors, but man, we want to celebrate some gains with the community out there that's investing in crypto and continue to spread the word about some of the great stories that are going on and some of the things that we're seeing in this market. At the end of the day, guys, the Bitcoin halving is 85% complete, so this is coming up quick, and you'll see that the supply is held by long-term holders. And this supply held by long-term holders is close to an all-time high. This is why you see Coinbase holding on to these Bitcoin for dear life. You see MicroStrategy's buying more. I'm buying more. Anybody that's dedicated to the cause is buying more because they understand this is an accumulation phase, guys. There is going to be parabolic gains coming ahead. 1,000% gains for Bitcoin in 365 days. Some point starting in 2024 could happen. Now, we do have former SEC officials urging criminal charges against Sam Bankman-Fried's parents, which is great to see, folks. If you hate Sam Bankman-Fried, smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. I hate this guy. I wonder if he's getting cucumbers in jail. That's main of his diet. He likes a vegan diet. Cucumbers and water is a very, very big part of his diet. He's getting his Adderall in prison. This is very good. But a former SEC official who's many times spoken out against Gary Gensler and the SEC and the current administration there is, they are right now calling out Sam Bankman-Fried and saying that his parents should be going to jail. Likely, they should be getting criminal charges. And there's truth there. Because Sam Bankman-Fried's father was a big man over at Stanford, had connections, probably likely got him connected with the existing head of the SEC. And they have backdoor meetings. We know this. We know he bribed politicians. And we know that likely his parents were probably scheming behind the scenes here and pointing him in the direction to go. We know that his parents had looks at the books. While all the fraud was going on at FTX, they were very knowingly, they were accomplice to this. And we know that Sam Bankman-Fried's father got $200,000 and heck, he wanted $1 million. So of course, Sam Bankman-Fried's father is guilty, and I'd like to see them go down with him as well. But it's just very interesting to see a former SEC official speaking out. It just shows you guys, Gary Gensler is probably going to hit a wall here. And probably get some criminal charges of his own at some point, in my opinion. I just love how vocal the previous head of the SEC was, and I'm just so surprised how much they're bumping heads. But Sam Bankman-Fried just wants to chalk it up to his ex-girlfriend. This just came out a day ago. One of his main criminal defenses, apparently, or this is a potential strategic defense, is he wants to accuse his ex-girlfriend for the ultimate collapse. Well, she threw him under the bus. She entered a plea deal, pleading guilty, and then blaming SBF, and now he's going to point the finger at her. I love this, actually, this piece of art here in these pointing fingers. That's what everybody's doing right now, pointing the fingers. That's what happens when you have billions of dollars of fraud that come out. Nobody wants to take all the blame, guys. So they're going to continue to point these fingers, and it's going to continue to be a mess. In the meantime, all this confusion and chaos will give us more of a time to buy crypto. Other confusion and chaos that might be going on in Hong Kong is this influencer-backed crypto exchange, JPEX. Any exchange with an X in it, kind of freaky right now. FTX, JPEX, I think Huobi recently rebranded to HBX or something like that. I just don't think it's a smart move with the FTX thing. But anyway, this exchange came out and they're getting sued. The Hong Kong police are investigating allegations of fraud against this trading platform after investors complained of $1.3 billion in losses. Now, influencers and everybody was promoting this over there, including billboards. And the big concern is that they didn't file with the proper regulatory agencies in Hong Kong, and people are losing money. And so the government over there is coming after them in a big way. Now, is China bearish and do they hate crypto? No, I don't think that's what this story says at all. I think this story says that Hong Kong is embracing crypto, but as they embrace it, they're going to interject strict regulation. They arrested a YouTube influencer who was talking about big gains on this thing. Now, if people are losing money, then good. I mean, if she's knowingly promoting a scam, then good. Don't knowingly promote a scam. That's something that you can't do. That's ethically and morally you shouldn't do. I think legally, I think that's against the law. You got to put out your disclosures and you got to do your own research and don't drive people to scams. That's very, very important. So, if people are driving people to scams, then the arrests are going to happen. And that's what's going on in Hong Kong right now. But I still think that it shows there is an appetite across the world. There is crypto going on in Hong Kong. And we might even move to a world where we're going to start tokenizing real world assets on the blockchain. This is something you should be excited about. For countries right out there where you don't necessarily have good property rights, and maybe the government that acknowledged your property rights all of a sudden one day snaps its finger and doesn't want to acknowledge your property rights, maybe for community and civilization in Africa or somewhere other in a third world country, in some other third world country across the globe, this could be something we'd like to see, and just for the everyday person, this could be good as well. We've seen a lot of large institutions like Citibank, like some other large entities, JP Morgan, Northern Trust, start talking about this. You can see it right here. But crypto people want this as well. And if you even look at Vitalik Buterin's, the co-founder of Ethereum's vision for cryptocurrencies, yes, there are some challenges for Ethereum. One of them being the fees are way more expensive. That's certainly something that we have to figure out for the Ethereum network. But the other thing is that centralized entities are going to show, big time competition. At the end of the day, the real vision behind blockchain technology and Ethereum is decentralization, is, peer-to-peer transactions, me owning my own assets. And so tokenization of your house, of all your assets, is something that's good as long as it's in the ownership of the individual. And Vitalik Buterin has an issue with centralized exchanges like Binance and even like crypto.com. And so he thinks of them as a source of competition for the future of DeFi, which is an interesting point. I do think there's a world where these centralized entities can come up with competing products that are decentralized, but are they financially incentivized to do that? Well, I don't know. I mean, you let me know. What are your thoughts on that in the comments down below? It's a very interesting topic, guys. This thing is still evolving and it's very, very, very interesting. So we're going to continue to watch it. We are going to continue to watch it, guys. So that's a lot of the big stories that I have for you today. I just wanted to get some of that out there so you guys are up to date with what's going on, where my head's at. Right now, these crypto markets are moving around in a crazy way. Are we going to continue to crash down? I don't really know. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a rebound today. It seems that we're getting a little bit of a rebound right now in the traditional market. If you guys have any questions for me, if there's anything you're looking at, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll do a quick little Q&A, and then I got a jet. Thanks, everybody. John, Club Crow, Eduardo, Cryogenics, Nifty. Thanks for joining us this morning, guys. We got 30 viewers and 11 likes right now. I appreciate each and one of you tuning in. Actually, I got a jet, guys. I do have a meeting with my regular job here today, so I got a jet. I appreciate it. We'll do an extended Q&A tomorrow morning. I'll make it up to you guys, but that's all I got for you on this one. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, guys, you got to remember, folks, to DCA, HODL, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. I got 2 videos for you here if you want to check them out. Peace.